Fuck, man. My computer is so damn slow. Alright, welcome back, everyone. Markets are off to a red start right now. Nasdaq's down about 0.2%. Looking at a few opportunities on Netflix to the upside now that it's trading under $3.95. Might not take that, but gonna look into some Google puts and some Microsoft puts as well. Let's see, these Google puts are going for 135 with a stop loss at 115 on them. All right. Go to Google. All right, they're trading at 133 now. Google's going up a bit, right above this range at 138.25. And it's approaching the stop right now at 138.50. The spread on these are really bad though. 129 to 135. All right, we got filled at 132, and again, our stop will be at 115. Maybe a bit lower since the spread is really bad. Checking on Microsoft and Netflix too. The other two opportunities this morning. Microsoft looks like it's already kind of headed that way that I wanted, so that might not be as good of an opportunity. Netflix, on the other hand, that one actually is still pretty good. And they're actually trading right where my stop is placed, even though it's 50 cents higher, which is kind of odd. Let's check the delta on this 405. It's got a 30 delta on it, so about a 15-cent stop loss. And they're trading at 320. So we'll get 10. Got him at 323. Stop loss again. Should be 295. Stop loss at 295. That was Google. Puts are slipping right now, so let's check Microsoft. See if that's improving at all. Yeah, a little bit. Still about $2 off of the stop that I want though. Looks like we're about to get stopped out on Google right now. Yeah, 138.75, that should stop us out. Okay. First stop of the day. That's okay. All right, Netflix is popping back higher. take profit, I'm thinking at roughly 400, so we'll keep an eye here. It's at 399 for the moment. We got 10 contracts at 325. I'm actually thinking about also taking a swing on Netflix. I don't know if I want to do it now that we're up $3 for my stop though. Let's check in on the 5-minute chart, see how it's performing. So it peaked up at 399 and pulled back first. How would you be able to exercise that option if you got stuck in an iron condor and it's between your strike prices? So you would have to get assigned first on the short option for the spread, right? And then you would exercise the one that you bought. So say for an example, I make an iron condor assuming Microsoft between 326 and 330 today. I would sell the 330, buy the 331 calls, and then on the puts I would sell the 326, buy the 325. And if it landed between the 330 strike price and 331, the 330 contract would be assigned to me since it's in the money. And then once it's assigned, I can exercise the 331 call. But you don't have to do it before that happens. So let's check Netflix again. 399, getting so close to the 400 level, but still 70 cents off from here. There's probably going to be some decent resistance at the 400 level just because of the big round numbers. Markets kind of like to play around with those, but we're getting pretty close here. Let's see how much we lost on the Google trade. 460 for the Google trade. Right now we're up 700 for Netflix. And it's just having a hard time getting up to 399 to 400. All right, 398.50 for the bid. And looks like Microsoft's breaking out to the upside now. Going past that resistance at 329.25. Now up close to 330. Getting rejected right underneath it at the moment. Let's see what the Microsoft puts are going for. Keep miscalculating my stops here. Okay, so it's trading at 329.50 basically. Delta for this option is at, let's see, 325, put 30. So it should have a 15-cent stop loss, and they're trading at 185. So stop loss will be 170 for these actually. Netflix still trading under $3.99 for the moment. I would like to buy these at 185. Again with a stop loss down at 170. So I put my limit order in. Never thought you'd see Nvidia close to 400. Yeah, Nvidia and Netflix both have just been getting kind of slaughtered in this downturn. Down to 428 for Nvidia. It's pretty crazy. Could try a double entry here on Google. It does seem to be pulling back right over 139 now. And there's plenty of room for it to come back down. Delta for this option should be about 40, I would think. All right. Got in at 121. Stop will be at 100. Netflix pulling back here. Let's see what our stop for the option is. 295, it's very close. We might have to adjust down, actually. We bought 10 of them at 325. If we can get back over 399, then I'll adjust my stop back to break even. Checking in on Google, looks like it caught some support down at 138.40. Pulled right on back. Looks like that should break through our stop. Yeah. Trading at 396 now. Delta on this option is 405.30. Okay. So we'll take on another 10 contracts. Let's see, and our stop should be down at 290 minus 15, so 275. But we want to see it down at closer to 396 first. All right, 298 entry. I need a 275 stop. Those Google puts are going up, so looks like that one's pulling back. 138.40, almost getting close to that 138.25 level. Those Microsofts went through. Never canceled that limit order, I guess. And our stop should be at 330, which would put these at 175. We'll adjust it. 170. Netflix rebounding here. Again, we want to see it over 399 and possibly 400. All right, here goes Netflix breaking out, trying to at least. The Google puts sold. close Microsoft sold to at 167. Let's check through the rest of the watch list. See if we got any other opportunities in play. Maybe some Apple puts. Stop at 177.5. Pretty bullish so far though. Google's pretty bullish. My Meta is bullish here. Okay. I feel like Meta could have some decent upside after the huge sell-off. Let's see, up to like 306. Let's go with a 305 call, 40 delta. 75 cents would be a 30-cent stop. Get rid of the Microsoft puts and the Google puts. Those are out of play now. And the stop on this should be about 330-ish, 340. Trading at 360 for the moment. And at 362. Might need to adjust that stop actually. 325. Have I had any success with selling options? I have in the past, I just don't really use it anymore. The capital needed is pretty intensive, especially if you're trading the stocks that I use. Let's see, Netflix trading at 397.50. There's a volume gap right there, 397.40. Netflix just seems to be trading range bound. Descending. Meta trading just above our stop at 301.50. Here we go, Meta trying to gain some upside over 302. Stalling out right there though, with a high at 302.40. I think I'll set my take profit at 305. But there should be some resistance up at 304 too. So keep an eye between 304 and 306. All right, stopped on Meta. $320. Netflix keep on slipping. 397 levels, just kind of messing around here. Let's see. 40 delta still. on the meta calls. Trading at 310. Could trade the 300 put instead. Will there stop at 301.50 now? Or maybe like 301.75? Got one at 410. 425. We'll set our stop at 375. So meta would probably want to see under 300.5 or under. Basically closing in on that 300 strike price. In Netflix, I would want to see the bid over 399. What's our stop here? 275 for Netflix. The stop isn't actually where I want it to be, though. In terms of the price chart of the stock, I would actually want it at 395. When I have it at 275, let's see if we change it to 270. That's the low. It's a good starting place. Google's really headed higher here. Netflix is just kind of treading water at that 397 level. Tesla's really crashing down. Wow, 3% today. Pretty bad day for Tesla, but it's been doing really hot compared to the rest of the market. Alright, well, got rid of the Netflix. Still hanging on to the Meta. Looks like everything's kind of pulling back. Apple having some trouble getting over that 177.25 level. We could go with the 177.5. Actually 175, but lower the delta. Trading at 177 right now. 25 cents higher with a 30 delta, really. All right, so that'd be like a 10-cent stop. So our stop will be 95. Oh, it's trading there now. The contracts didn't go down to 95 though. Okay. We'll get in at 100. Stop at 95. So this one, obviously, we want to see it go under this range low at 176.64 first, and then hopefully down to 175.75. It's just stop loss galore this morning though. Why do I set it take stop loss but no take profit? You can't do both on the active trader here. You could set a OCO order, but It's a little bit, it takes a little bit longer versus my process. Netflix is down to $3.97 again. Alright, I'm going to take on 10 more of these. Same stop at 95. And stopped out. Damn, Netflix just barely got down to that 395 level and went right back up. Okay. Google's really taken off. Looks like Tesla's actually improving, so markets are flipping bullish at the moment. Let's see where our take profit would be. Maybe up at 332 for Microsoft. Choppy but a bullish morning, seems like. Let's check the other names, see if there's any better trades. Maybe Nvidia here. I think the Netflix one we can count out. This 440 calls at 40 delta. They're trading at 640 each. So our stop should be 600. $645 entry. 600 stop. Yeah, you could change the template to OCO. All right, so we're gaining support over 435 now. Tightening up here. Apple's going up here. Now with your base probably at 177. The spread and the deltas are really bad on Apple. I guess that's what happens when you have a difference of 250 per strike price though. Because this one has a 30 delta. They're trading at 192. 15 would be 175 stop. Maybe a little bit lower. All right, now it's over 177.5. Taking off. We'll go in on 10 contracts instead of, I don't know if I want to do 10 or 15. The trend is definitely bullish here for the overall market after rebounding. I just don't know if I want to pay that extra 5 cents a contract. $194. Okay, I'll take that. Meta off and Microsoft. Focus on Nvidia and Apple here. what's my personal rules for take profit stop losses? Don't necessarily have rules around it. What I'll usually do is just base it on a support or resistance level that's close by, at least the stop loss, and then take profit will be like the same. So for example, if I'm looking at the 5-minute chart right now, there's going to be a resistance based on the supply and demand zone that I've drawn up on the hourly chart, which would be 440. And then there's going to be a resistance at 441 based on the 5-minute chart, and the lows here, the highs here. All right, and then my stop really should be at 340, 430, 475, but I have it at 435. So basically I'm just watching key levels. Like 435 is a big round number. There's probably lots of options contracts at that level, hence why my stop is there. Apple's still trading higher here. 177.5 calls are trading at 190. And the Nvidia calls are trading at 640, which is about our break even. Should probably look for a bearish trade. Google peaked at 140. That would be a pretty good number for a stop. Take profit, though, would be pretty hard to find. Maybe around 139.25, but that's not far enough. And usually I like my take profit like 2-3 times further than my stop is. All right, Apple's getting close to our stop. The base is a little bit lower, but we still lose. All right, we'll get in again. Adjust the stop to 170. Nvidia's going up. You can set it a little bit below, that does help. I might actually adjust that to 165 because our base is at 177. Nvidia's getting up close to the peak, so still bullish here. Just a little bit of a pullback that last 5-minute candle. Contracts are trading for 700, a little bit more. It does seem like they're losing some time value on them though. Since we're not, just rocketing up this morning. Hasn't been a very volatile morning. It's just been very choppy back and forth. All right, looks like Nvidia's finally making its way up to 438, breaking the high. Still want to see 439, 440. Right now the position is up 400. Which isn't bad. Looks like it went to 438 and pulled back again. Tesla's back down 3%. Apple's just kind of trading around that 177.25 mark. Up or down 25 cents for the moment. Apple's right at that 177 support. Can't really get any closer. Nvidia pulling back underneath 436. And our stop seems to have moved up to 435.25. No, I haven't had any wins today, unfortunately. All stops so far. I've got an opportunity on Netflix again, though, that I think could pay out. We'll go with the 400 strike. Add it to the watch list. Apple's back down at 177 again. Trading, edging on my stop. What was our delta for this? It should be 40. Yeah, markets are just very choppy this morning. There's no real clear sense of direction so far. Google's doing the hottest up here at 139.40 or 139.50. Lots of opportunity on this one. 20 delta on it. I'm gonna try to get it as close to 139.50 as possible. $139.42. $43. They're trading at 167. All right, 166 entry. 20-cent stop. Check the other names. Looks like Apple's right at that low from earlier, 176.68. Google's still trading at 139.50. Man, Netflix looks like a really good opportunity, but not in this downtrend. Nvidia's right at that 395 level again. Or sorry, 435 level. Looks like Google's finally pulling back some. Google's been very hot too. If you're looking at the daily chart, this one I might actually just end up holding because there's a lot of room for it to pull back compared to the rest of the names. Yeah, basically every other name is in the middle of the monthly range besides Tesla. Tesla and Google have been the hot names. This one I feel like I'd probably have the best risk reward on it. I'm risking about 50 cents of upside and at least $1 of downside. Apple had like a perfect rejection at 177.5. Amazon's really flying down. Netflix all the way down at 393. I don't know if I want to take another bearish trade along with the Google trade, just because this morning's been so choppy. I think I'd rather have one long position, one short position with a choppy market. If I do want to take another bearish, I'm thinking Meta. And it just dropped under 300.5. Delta for the 300 put us 50. It's a pretty wide stop though. see where these should trade. Maybe 395. They're trading at 430 right now. No, it's a full delta at 50, so they should trade at 365. Let's see. Trading at 390 with a stop at 360. I don't think I can get any closer to my stop here. Got in at 385. This one I want to see close to 300. I'll give it 50 cents of leeway. And then on Google, We want to see it down at 138.25. We'll give it 15 cents of leeway at 138.40, since that was a previous support. How much do I pay in commission and fees? Yeah, it's 130 a contract to open and close, and it really adds up if you're trading as many as I am. For me, I think I pay around $100 a day in fees, because I trade around 100 contracts. Let's check meta. No. We'll get rid of Nvidia, Netflix. We're left with Google and Meta. We got a half decent price on the Metas on Google. Let's check. These are losing time value. But setting up resistance at 139.50 now, so that's good. Meta is still trading around that 301.50 mark, so it's not a resistance yet. It's kind of a magnet at the moment. I'd say until we're clearly below like 301. Getting to 301 now. You want to see the ask go under 301 first. And then I'll say 301.50 is a good stop. Or 301.50 is your resistance. Looks like those Google puts are gaining some value. Google's at 139. Up 400 on that position. This meta trade is a little bit over break even. All right, the ask is at 301. So we'll see if the sellers will go under. All right, just underneath 301. And Google's trading at 139 in the meantime. 139.15 now. So it seems like anytime that these are getting any sort of momentum, they're kind of pausing that. But we'll just give it time. If our stops hit, then our stops hit. What did these peak for? $400, $430. Google moved back to my break even. Now that support at 139. Meta moving up to our break or stop. Yeah, those sold at 360. Getting rejected right now at 302, but Looking at the 305 call now. 40 delta. What do I use as my graphing software? This is Thinkorswim by TD Ameritrade. Your support's at 301 actually. So a 30-cent stop would be appropriate. And it's trading at 310. $317 on my entry. 30-cent stop would put it at 280. Google's coming back down with this. Seems to be some resistance at 304 for Meta. So we'll create an alert for over 304. And right now it's at 302. Looks like right now we're getting rejected at the highs for Meta at about 302.50. Right now 302.25. $304 will add to delta, about 80 cents a contract, trading at $325 right now, so we should sell them for about 400, take profit. Alright, getting close to the meta high. Looks like we got rejected at the high of day for now. It's just a very back and forth market. Apple rejected again at 177.5. $177.5 puts are going for 180. The lowest that they went on that 5-minute candle was 174. They're at 178 now. Buy them at 180, stop at 170. Google's back down to 139 again. Meta's still trying to hang higher. But it doesn't seem like it has enough confidence over 302. Probably want to take profits for Apple at about 176.9. At or below. Meta seems to be pulling back too. So just a bunch of chop this morning. Yeah, Apple might take profits and stop losses on the charts. For Meta, stopping out at 301, take profits at 304. For Apple, stop loss at 177.5, take profits at 176.90. And Google, stop loss at 139.75, take profit at 138.40. And that's all I got today, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow at 9:30. See you, everybody.